What's going on, guys? Ben here, Enos Tech, and as promised, we have the final build of the NZXT S340 Razer Edition PC case. Now, as mentioned, one of the big differences between the Razer Edition and the normal S340, as we can see now, is the addition of the Razer logos, and they also illuminate with a green LED behind them, which is nice. On the back side of the case, above the fan, there's a little button that you can just push in, turn them on, push out, and they're off. Again, the green LEDs are a nice addition to the fan, but before we keep rambling on about those, why don't we take a look at the inside of the case. Real quick, before we take a look at the inside of the case and how much room and stuff there is in there, as you'll notice, there's a green glow from underneath the chassis. Now, this is due to another set of LEDs that go along with that three-headed snake logo on the front of the case, which are, of course, controlled by that one button on the back of the case. Alright, so taking a quick look inside the case, and we can see there's plenty of room in here, and it's also ridiculously easy to have a clean looking build once you're done. Now, this is of course due to the great cable management that NZXT has set up in their cases, and of course that PSU cover shroud, whatever you like to call it. That is a big help in hiding some cables in 3.5-inch drives if you have any, and just giving an overall very clean and tidy look to any build. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it doesn't even take me 20-30 minutes to throw all my take the case, take the panels off, get everything out of my old case and put it in this case and have it looking like this. There's no special tricks or tactics to it. There literally just is. On the back side, on the bottom, that whole PSU shroud you can see there is just open space up towards the front, so you can just go ahead and zip tie your cables up how you like and just kind of shove them under there. They're there, they're out of the way. We of course have the bar with the Razer three-headed logo that you can see on the right of the motherboard, which allows easy access to pass our cables through to the front side and connect them to the motherboard and whatnot. But it also offers a nice way to hide them. As you can see, the 24-pin PSU cable there towards the top of the motherboard to the right of the CPU cooler. There's only a few little wires showing from it. You got about maybe 2 inches of wires showing if you're lucky, whereas on some cases you might have a bit more. It's also nice as there's no grommets or anything to worry about falling out or pre-cut holes that are too small or too big. The whole thing's cut out and you've got nice easy access to put some cables through. Now, of course, on the back side, there are plenty of places to go ahead and clip and tie all your cables and route them the way you want. Moving along, for reference, this is the Scythe Fuma 2 CPU cooler, one of their newest coolers, dual tower, double fans, and as you can see, there's still plenty of room all the way around it. There's plenty of room between the CPU cooler and the top of the fan, the top of the case where the fan is. As you can see there's a bunch of room. There's also a good amount of room between the CPU cooler and the rear exhaust fan itself. That's always nice. It's always nice to have a bit of room. That way air helps circulate and everything flows. And at the end of the day, I'm not one for cramped PCs. That's why I'm not a big fan of ITX cases. There's nothing wrong with them. I just like my stuff to be a bit open. As you notice as well, the GPU, again for reference, this is an Asus R9 290X DirectCu 2. So while it is not the longest graphics card on the market, it's long enough. And as you can see, there is plenty of room there between that and the front of the case. Now, it is also worth noting that if you do plan on installing a radiator of any type, whether it be custom loop, AIO, or any of that stuff, you will lose room at the front of the case for how long your graphics card is. So while you may be able to look on the NZXT website and see what size graphics card it says it can fit, you also need to take into consideration the thickness of your radiators and fans if in fact you are going to put any there. But again, there is plenty of room there. So even if you had like a Sapphire Tri-X or a Gigabyte Windforce or something, then 3 fans is a bit longer. You should still have plenty of room to get some sort of radiator and fans in place. One of my favorite things, again, with the NZXT cases, especially the H440, S340, the SSD mounting. As you can see, they're right there on the bottom. There's 2 mounts for 2.5-inch hard drives, or in my case, SSDs. this is a great way to show them off, especially if you have a nice pair in RAID 0 or RAID 5 or whatever RAID array you prefer. As you can see, I've got two different ones here, but it's still a great way to show them off. And I know the prices of SSDs are dropping, but they're still a really great component. And if you haven't got one for your case, I would highly recommend checking them out. And I mean, that's pretty much it. We're going to go ahead and conclude this video here. Obviously, I've done a video on the normal S340 that you can go ahead and see on my Enos Tech YouTube channel as well if you want to check that out. And I'll take plenty of pictures and photos, so make sure to check back for the written review on enostech.com. And if you have any specific questions about anything, please do ask in the comments below. I always try to check YouTube, Facebook videos, Daily Motion every couple days, so I can go ahead and answer all your questions to the best of my ability. As always, thank you guys for watching, and please stay tuned in the future for more content.